this week's feast?
The Double Dutch Cherry Muffins from Frankenweenie. This week we're making a recipe from a Tim Burton movie, and Ashley is one of the biggest Tim Burton fans I know.
Yes, we've been trying to make a recipe from this movie for a long time.
And it's only fitting that we do it around Halloween time with our own Frankenweenie, aka Franken Kiwi.
Franken Kiwi.
Halloween time means, of course, baked goods. It's Ashley's favorite time of year. It's one of my favorite holidays of the year. And Kiwi, of course, I don't know if she's down to get resurrected, but she's here now.
You know what? Kiwi came representing though, because this costume is amazing.
I know, she's got the little bolts and everything.
She's got the bolts.
The crazy thing about this recipe is that it actually shows up in the movie in our recipe book, but they never make it. So we're here to test out whether or not they did their research and made a real recipe. And it's gonna be delicious because who doesn't love muffins?
So we're Feast of Fiction Mythbusters.
That's right, we're gonna figure out if this recipe works, and more importantly, if Kiwi actually is a true Franken zombie.
Let's get started.
Frankenweenie is just an absolutely adorable movie. It's black and white and completely done with stop motion, and it tells the story of a young scientist, Victor Frankenstein, who sets off a series of events that ends up turning all of the town's deceased pets into Franken monsters. Poor Sparky, or Sparkiwi in this case, had a bad run of it thanks to a baseball fiasco, so we recommend that the next time you want to play with your dog, just keep it nice and contained in your backyard. It's much safer this way, trust you me. And your dog will thank you. Alright, to make this recipe, begin by cutting canned cherries in half and further and further and further into smaller pieces. It's a bit of a messy affair and honestly looks like a pile of brains and guts at the end, so I suppose it's fitting for this time of year. In a large bowl, combine your flour, sugar, baking soda, to create the dry ingredient base, then add 2 eggs, milk, melted butter, and of course our sliced and diced cherries. Go ahead and stir it all together until you have a liquidy combined goop that will eventually become our muffins. In a muffin tin, spray it with some oil, or you can use muffin liners as well, and carefully spoon in your muffin mixture 1 cup at a time. Fill it all up and move it on over to the oven to bake. Now these muffins wouldn't be complete without a delicious frosting on top, so combine cream cheese and melted butter in a stand mixer and cream it until it's all combined. Add in vanilla extract and slowly pour in powdered sugar bit by bit until you've got a perfect buttercream frosting to die for. But now it's time to get resurrected because we're gonna eat some of these suckers. So wait until the muffins have cooled off and apply a healthy amount of frosting to the tops of each, and to add that final smash of flavor, adorn it with a maraschino cherry. And voila! You've successfully recreated the Double Dutch Cherry Muffins from Frankenweenie. We love it when filmmakers add in these tiny details to their movies. In fact, a tiny detail like this is actually what started this entire channel 8 years ago with the Sunlight Soufflé from Skyrim. So, please, from us fans here at Feast of Fiction, don't stop anytime soon. We love the inspiration, and it's the greatest feeling to be able to bring these concoctions to life for our wonderful community. Bon appetit!
Who's that patron?
It's Kate!
Kate!
Cheers.
Oh, ciao.
This frosting looks so delicious.
How delicious this looks. It almost looks like exactly like the cartoon, which means we nailed it.
We nailed it.
Bye.
This is delicious. You know, when I used to get muffins as a kid, I would only eat the top half.
Really?
That's it. Yeah, I would just like forgo the rest of it.
Wow, this is like one of those muffins that you gotta break the bottom off and put it on the top.
Sandwich muffin.
Yeah.
Oh, that's actually so cool. When did you learn how to do that? When did you learn how to do that?
This is the way you're supposed to properly eat a cupcake.
That's not true.
100%.
Who told you this?
Everyone knows.
If you have particular ways of eating cupcakes, please let us know in the comments. Wow, this is delicious.
But it makes sense because you're getting all the flavors as opposed to just a mouthful of frosting.
Right, and that honestly, I'm not a big fan of frosting. If you're able to balance it out correctly, it can be just the nicest, sweetest topping to something like a muffin. But the dough inside, chewy, full of flavor and texture. It's exactly where I want to be when I'm eating a muffin. This is great in the morning, this is great at night, this is great right now when we're filming it.
Yep, this is amazing. So Frankenweenie, thank you for that amazing recipe.
Yes.
I'm so happy we're finally able to do something from that movie. It's so cute. We love Halloween here. Everything's spooky, cartoony.
What are you gonna dress up for Halloween this year?
I cannot tell you.
You can't tell me?
I won't tell anyone. So if you want to know what I'm dressing up as, follow me on Instagram.
That's right, and you can follow me.
Blah, blah, blah.
I don't know if I'll dress up this year because I might be busy, but hey, here are our socials. Feast of
Yes.
Fiction will definitely find out. We want to know what you're dressing up this year and whether or not it's from your favorite fictional property or not. And as always, a huge thanks to our patrons who help make this show possible. We are on a brand new set moving into 2020. We've crossed 1 million subscribers. We have a cookbook on the way. Things couldn't be more exciting for us here at Feast of Fiction, and we have tons of new and awesome stuff planned for you in the new year. So we hope you guys get to have a nice end of this year. 2019 has been certainly an interesting one, I think, for a lot of people, but if there's one thing that pulls us through every day, you know what it is, Ash?
Food and fellowship.
Yeah, I was gonna say friends and food. That's so close. That was perfect.
Do I know what he's gonna say?
Yeah,
or what?
you knew what I was gonna
Do
say.
we know each other very well or what?
Make sure you leave a comment below if you want to hear, if you have something you want us to make next on the show. Go to patreon.com/feastoffiction if you want to support us directly and have access to some of our merchandise before anyone else. We're also doing that in the new year. I love you all so much.
Yes, and hope you have a happy Halloween.
Just make sure that you're accompanying minors if they are going out and that you're doing so in a nice, safe, responsible neighborhood.
Yeah.
And Halloween is one of those times when everyone gets out there, and the more festive and safe it is, the better it is for everyone. What's your
So-
favorite Halloween movie?
My favorite Halloween movie.
Or just scary movie?
Oh, I don't know.
Do you like scary movies?
No, I don't know.
Well, that was a great conversation. We'll see you next time on Feast of Fiction. Happy Halloween, everybody.
Bye, guys.
Bye.